Hello, welcome to Secret Werewolf Game, Volume 3. This time we're lost and we're cubs. Um, so, Anton has been planning a raid of this magnitude now for a while since he discovered the location of a little small town. I want to say town would be a nice word for it. Close to Roanoke, where the Spirals have decided to test some more of their gas. Really, it's the first sign of them spreading outward of Roanoke. So, with that in mind, Anton has devised, a raid because if they can get outside of Roanoke, means they'll only begin to get closer and closer to where they are, and well, that can't happen. So, once everybody is assembled, he will go over the plan. It's very simple. Initially, there was going to be more raid teams, but it's better to do this all together. Brigida, the more experienced Darun, is definitely going to be with them. And they're going to do this house by house. They're going to go in, they're going to exterminate every single thing, every worm-tainted bane they see, till the whole place is completely clean. They're not going to do this in Solorian because that's easy, and it can fuck with us. He's going to use Crow of War to launch basically a cleanse bomb, which is going to drive everything towards them, and then they're going to open fire and they're going to hit it like a hurricane, as fast as they can and as hard as they can. Because it's time to not let them get the upper hand on us, and it's time to hit them when they least expect it. Everyone is required to wear gas masks. There is no other option because we're going to need to not be fucked with each other anymore by these things. Armor, whatever guns, whatever things they think they can carry them over to the Umber with, we'll cross over when we're there. Or at least a portion away so we're not swarmed by Banes when we get in. And then, once everybody's done, he loads up his gear, puts on the mask, armor, and gets ready to roll out.
So, in the interest of making sure we are all clear, the area you're hitting is, it might as well be a separate town, but essentially it's on the far outskirts of Roanoke, on the side, admittedly, closer to the eastern side of Roanoke, so closer to you guys. We're talking like out past even the burbs, like where things start getting rural. So it kind of feels like a sleepy town on the way in, as opposed to feeling like part of the city. The buildings are all a little more separated, a little more sprawling. This isn't like a tidy, everything on a grid neighborhood. It's a neighborhood. There's even especially once you get out there, you'll see there's even there's like a school there. There's various other things, but it definitely has kind of the sleepy small town feel to it. Though once you guys are in the cars, once you do roll out, once you get inside of it, there's definitely like a pretty persistent kind of fog. We're talking like just think of all your Silent Hill experiences. It's kind of a pervasive, persistent fog. It's not pea soup thick the whole time. It's not necessarily high off the ground the whole time, but it's enough that you get kind of a fog of war effect. The further away you look, the more the lines get obscured, get fuzzy, get blended out. And the overall feel is, well, look at the power line. It's kind of off. All of you have Primal Urge, theoretically. It's enough that, like, just once you do finally get out in the area, once you're looking for a place to stick the car, all that, it's just one of those things where, like, your hackles go up involuntarily. There's nothing you could point a stick at and say, like, that's it right there. That's the bane. That's the source. It's very pervasive. And to quote Brigida from the prior scene, it's like it's just kind of coming out of the groundwater. It's But feel free to have any interactions, clarify any things you want to do at the house and the car as you get there. Commentary, go for it.
So as we do get closer towards the whole thing, Jane will look over towards where Anton is. I imagine he's driving.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, she'd be in shotgun, seeing the mist and everything. Just so looking round, it's not thick, but it's enough that it's a problem. Do you have any idea what's causing it, or?
Pain. Big one. Multiple, probably. Brigida and I took one down in one of the houses.
All right. And for this this bomb thing, you got a location ready in mind, or?
Just going to do it over the general area. Sort of like a general kind of sweep. I'm not going to target one location in mind. Too many houses to do that. Just going to do a general, like, strafing run, let Crow do its thing, and then let them come to us, and, well, we'll be waiting to open fire.
Any position we want to fortify first, or we just got them come at us?
We'll be getting into a position down the street. There's a good central street location. They can come out from either of the houses. We stay at the top of the street. They'll have to come up to us. If we keep in a tight box, we should be fine. Besides,
Right.
what's the little risk?
She just a bit of a half smile at that, like, yeah, fucking ready.
All right. Nobody runs.
Jason's just in the back seat of the car there, doing his last minute, gun lube to make sure that all the parts are free flowing and doing what they're expected to.
Yeah, no, once we park up there, Anton just eases out of the car and we'll pull people over to the Umbra. We'll park a bit away so we can creep up on it, essentially, so we're not like right there and then.
Yeah, as we're stopping, you can hear the sound of everything clicking back together with Jason's M4 and the magazine going into the well and the charging handle racket back. He's in his zone, but he's ready to go.
All right, you can definitely park out, somewhere a bit outside of the area and shuffle over. All right, let's get some stuff for you. You know what? This is going to be grainy, but you're looking at it from a distance, so I'm just going to pretend that's part of the desired effect. The fog is... All right, everyone's stepping over. Is anyone in particular going first? Is there any particular way you want to do this? Is there any particular
Anton,
building or just way down the street so you've got a good line of sight, but it's at a long distance? what we're doing.
Yeah, that was the plan. That is the plan. Like I said before, getting at the top part of the street before, like, so we have a survey of the whole initial block of the neighborhood. So when we do hit something, they're going to have to come steaming out of the buildings and running towards us. So anyone with firearms can open fire on it while the Aruns can get ready and activate what they need to. And essentially, it's like we have the Aruns in front, probably put Anton in front as well since he's a goddamn machine, and then have Jane and Jason at the back line with guns able to open fire so we can literally create like a solid steady stream of fire before they even connect with us.
All right. So as everyone goes Umberside, I will let you all take your time. The fog becomes a little more pervasive. The colors get a little bit distorted. Everything just seems kind of gray. And very much like the foggy photo. Everything is just kind of dingy, uninteresting, kind of almost fake or dead feeling. Except, there are points of color, like the stoplights. They're blaring, though, because they do have the color. There's not a breeze. The air is very, very still. The fog is a bit thicker on this side. And again, pervasive. It is everywhere. Even out where you guys are, it's only just starting to thin as you're looking in, like, essentially on the road that would take you into town.
So once we're there, Anton won't waste time. He'll get up to Krynos and he'll get Brigida to stay in the center. He'll be on the right, Wendy on the left, Jane behind Brigida, and Jason behind me. So Jason, if Wendy gets overwhelmed, can sweep around, and Jason's kind of like the mobile crowd control, essentially. And Jane's the theaters then that can back us up if we get hit too hard. Isn't it? Like that's the idea. It's a battle line. And then once that is done, I'm going to aim for one of the houses that is close to us because then it will give us a line of sight for the people with guns to just shoot at in coming straight in. It's going to make their job a lot easier as well. With Cleanse the Blight.
All right. Are you aiming for a particular house? There's the one you guys visited before.
The one that's closest to our position, essentially. So it's going to probably hit that general AoE area. So it'll be easier for us to see out of when they come running towards it as well, because I imagine it'll break some of the fog that's around that area. So whatever house is closest to where we've set up, that's where I'll hit to make our lives easier to be able to see and shit.
All right. So the one furthest on the outskirts. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. It's just to make it easier for the firing line to be able to, like, because they're going to come running either way. And like, if we hit something in the back, they'll only be able to see that area, I imagine, because the fog will be so thick. It's just to make things easier when they're getting up close and personal.
All right. So, what you guys moving up on? Moving on. Really need to just put all these in their own folder. All right. There's your ambient setting. Delightful. So basically, admittedly not with all the cool wooden paneling on it, but you're looking out at houses that for the most part are fairly well separated. Again, it's the effect of it being kind of muted and gray toned is not just an aesthetic choice. It is what things look like. So as you guys start moving it, dear Lord. Let's get back to this. Boop. As you guys start rolling in, you'll have this. Again, it's just kind of the first one right there on the outskirts. One really eerily tinged window, a roll of fog. Everybody does have their masks on, so nobody roll stam. But that is where you'll be heading. I assume you're just taking formation and straight bold as brass going for it.
Yeah, we're just I'll form up. We'll make our position, and then I'll send Crow to do its thing and fucking hit that house.
Okay. And yeah, while you guys are on the ground moving in your various forms, ready to go, the front line is big. Ilza, all of you can hear kind of the chatter with Crow of War, who is always there in the pack link, not always answering, not necessarily always listening. Well, no, I lied. He's always listening, not always answering. But as the chatter goes on, you'll feel as much as you hear and see him cutting through the fog ahead, cutting through the mist overhead. And essentially, he just keeps packing on them pounds. He is getting big. He'll do a sweep over the group, back winging as he goes to land on the rooftop of this building, stirring up the mist a bit, kind of like clouds. It's very theatrical. But, he stirs up the mist, whisks it around so it whirls around him as he lands on the roof. And as maybe a callback to how he used to be, what he once was, rather than beginning to glow in a soft, warm fashion. No, what his cleansing looks more like he's charging up. That static you've seen on the feathers of the storm crows starts flickering, running up the shafts of the feathers. More and more of it builds towards the base of his body as energy begins to, in a very electric way, crackle and snap around him. And finally, it kind of looks like a movie EMP blast. He just kind of gathers energy, and finally there's a soft, as the whole thing just bursts out. And, he does get some distance on it. It'll be about big enough to cover this is a fairly small home. So it'll be more than enough to, as it branches out, as the fog kind of dissipates inside the bubble as it grows, clear not only this house, but a decent amount of the yard too, actually just blasts out from him. And very briefly, there's this perfect void with no mist. Admittedly, as soon as the effect is over, more of it will begin to roll in to fill the empty space. But, if ever there was a good indication that something was fucking wrong, your cleanse bomb goes off, you briefly get a clear view. A little bit of color almost seems to seep back in that area, just a little bit. Admittedly, it's kind of monochromatic by nature. But almost as soon as it's done, the fog begins to seep in. Crow, for the moment, stays on the roof, not looking especially perturbed or threatened, though you do hear, a horrific screech from inside the house.
Yeah, he'd just crack his neck and go it's form up, because I imagine there's going to be more than one thing fucking coming out at us at this place after a detonation like that. So yeah, it's form up, firing line load, essentially, very much similar to how the battle line does.
From Jason's position, kind of backing up the front line, he's, head on a swivel, looking at whatever flank he's been assigned, looking front, looking back, just kind of looking everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, is anyone... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
It's just the resounding sound of the shotgun being pumped.
Beautiful. So is anyone else looking around? Who's got their eyes on this building? Who's got their eyes on the surrounding area? What do I have where?
probably looking dead ahead, waiting for the inevitable to start moving through. These things attack like a hurricane. So
Yeah, Jane's watching the building.
All right, I've got one look about. Where's Wendy keeping her attention?
Wendy's keeping her attention on the house.
All right. Then go ahead and everyone give me alertness rolls. Give me your perception, Crow.
Jeez, Jason.
Look, Jason, I know it's foggy, but come on now. So, our two higher scores are definitely on the one building. So, for your guys' benefit, here's the thing. Blast didn't come from you. So it's not that everything is coming and spilling out. No, you hear screeches, screams, kind of. And here's the weird thing. They sound kind of distorted, almost as if it's like... almost as if you were watching TV on a really shitty, barely coming in channel. It's got kind of a crackle to it. And you hear movement. You can hear things tearing through that building, which, by the way, all these buildings will be present on the other side. They are laced in cobwebs, not new, recent webs, not the kind of things you see in the city. These are old, kind of slack, kind of dusty-looking cobwebs. There are points where they have kind of a greenish tinge or a rusty tone. But for the most part, it's just slack, old, out-of-date, unrepaired, untended cobwebs. But you can see them beginning to kind of shudder a bit as whatever is in the house, whatever things or thing are in the house, are beginning to move around. Eventually, Crow does give a perturbed glance and just kind of like, I guess I won't stay landed here anymore. God. Just flits up off the roof, but before too long, you will see. There he is. Hey. There we go. An arm about this long. Reach out of that window to take a swipe at him as he is lifting off. A lot of agitated screeching, the weird crackle effect, and yeah, eventually this insanely long arm extends from the window as the thing's trying to scramble almost to pull itself out, but reaches, swipes at Crow. And for Jason, buddy, bless you, one success. It's enough to tell that it's not as quiet out there in them there hills as it was a moment ago, but you're not seeing anything in particular that grabs your attention.
Okie doke.
Anton, when he sees it, he just runs his hands along the pavement, not activating anything, but making that awful screeching noise because, come on. And he just says, when it gets out the door, fire.
It will, as you scrape, like, I'm assuming you take your claws and just bite in and just this horrible cracking, grating sound. But at least initially, I mean, Crow just blasted the shit out of this thing. It wants his booty, wants his tail feathers. And it's, initially, Anton, it has the audacity to just straight ignore the lot of you for a hot moment, just trying desperately to reach for Crow. And those long fingers, I mean, they get kind of close initially, and it just screams in protest as it can't reach. but sooner or later it'll eventually take notice, especially as Crow gets well out of reach. And finally, just start trying again to haul itself out the window, just trying to go down instead of up. It's a pudgy little thing, though. It's got a bit of a fight going on to get out that window.
Since that's the only bad guy we can see, Jason, shoot it.
You have been told to fire!
Jason does. Now, when you said that there was movement out in them there hills, were you talking about this, or were you talking about something that he can't see out behind them?
I'm talking like you give a scan around and you definitely, like, you've lost that sense of stillness. You didn't fail the check. You can begin to hear, like, not brush rustling nearby, but, like, you can hear bits of sound in the houses, maybe. You get the impression that stillness is gone. Things are going to start moving. Things are going to start happening. But you're not seeing anything just straight running at you. You're not hearing anything close by. The neighborhood has been awakened, as it were, by the presence of crazy-ass cleanse bombs. So you don't have a particular target you can point out yet. But you do have this guy thrashing his way out of a window.
3 to hit.
Do it.
We got a 7, so 10 with rollover. That was a boom.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You know what?
With whatever additional stuff the fire ammo does.
I mean, the fire ammo certainly makes it theatrical. The one downside to spirits is that damage is damage. So fire, ag, and bashing hurt them the same amount. They only have so much health, and damage is damage. So it looks fucking crazy, to be fair. You fucking throw out 7 damage on that thing, and as it is coming out, flops out of the building, rears itself up, and those massive fucking arms, like, splay out, big threat display. There's a roar, and that thing just hits like dead fucking center. And you can kind of see a similar to your EMP effect from earlier, just the kind of flames that glow shoot through the body, and it's almost like immediately flesh becomes ash. This thing had already taken a good amount of damage from the cleansing. So for fucking 7 damage, yeah, you shoot it once, it hits rock center. You can see the fire kind of bloom out inside of it, and it's everywhere it passes. The kind of nasty, gnarled flesh is kind of reduced to ash, and it starts kind of slowly falling apart.
Yeah, as soon as he goes down, Jason's back on, looking around for the next one.
Oh yeah, no. Form up. We don't move. We stay where we are. We're the wall. And Anton waits because these things are gonna start coming out in fucking hurdles, so let's do this.
Alright, so we're taking the tactic of, like, we've got this one open spot, makes it easy to pull them all to us, and we're just gonna take the waves.
Yep.
We don't want to take that house that we just cleansed and
nope. We're gonna stay where they are, and this is our hot gates. Essentially, we're gonna hold here, hold this street, and just let them hit into us at time, wave after wave.
Alrighty. So let's get a series of alertness checks again. Pull up our scenic neighborhood here.
Could someone roll me 70-10, please?
I will. Jason did much better this time.
Good job. Crow's proud of you.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Jason, and where'd the other one go? 1. Oh, that cancels. None for Wendy.
Jane's got her hooky spooky face on. I love it. All right, 31465. And let me quickly. All right. So, first wave. Jason did really good this time. Proud of you. Are these? That is from the last roll. So I've got Tom with 4, or Jane with 4, Jason with 6, Anton with 5, her with 0. Gotcha. All right. So all of you have a pretty fucking good look. Those were all actually pretty good rolls. And yeah, it's one of those things where it takes a minute. You can imagine it. It seems like there was only the one in the house. The fog is still pervasive, but you can finally hear things like, it's weird. It's like you can hear the turf being turned up. Eventually you'll hear bushes and things getting jostled, the creak of a fence that's getting pulled over. And sure enough, you're going to see the first wave. You'll see about we'll say about 4 of these guys coming from various directions, some faster than others. We'll say
All right, sweet.
about 2. The other 2 of you spot 1. I assume you call it out and coordinate.
So once everybody's shouted out what they see, Anton just goes back line, open fire, front line, brace, and push.
Jason shoots at whatever's in his field of fire.
Yep. Jane does the same.
All right. I'm assuming each of you are picking your own target. Here's the thing. You don't so much have a front and back because you are out in the open. So you've got some coming from the back, some coming from the side, some coming from the front.
Oh, Jane will shoot whatever's closest. She's got a shotgun.
Good woman.
If they're coming from the back, Jason's shooting whatever is coming from the back or the side that he's on.
All right. So let's see. Now, for the moment, we'll just do a round of fire. What is standard range on a shotgun before you get into long range?
20 meters.
So, yeah. So, Jason, you got a good shot. You've got a good lineup you could do on one in advance as it's well away. Jane will say you find that another has, just torn around to one of the closer houses. So, just about, you can give it a second and just wait for it. Okay, in range, and let loose on it if you like.
So 5 damage to the one Jason's shooting at.
Let me get their little...
And
What's the bonus for point blank? Is it -2, -1?
I always treat it as -2 diff, but point blank is like melee range.
Yep.
Yeah.
They need to be like all up in your Kool-Aid for point blank.
But I'm just thinking, since there's a difficulty increase to do the 3-round burst, once they get into point blank, do that 3-round burst.
Yep.
You can absolutely.
That's exactly what makes assault rifles so deadly.
Yep.
But Jane piles out 4 damage.
All right. So 5 from one of you. 4 to the side. And we'll have 2 coming from the front. So you get 2 good crack shots off. I will say, because of the sheer range on the rifle, I assume it has a pretty fucking ridiculous range.
Range is 150.
You can get a second shot off as it's charging,
Yes.
because you will have started when it was much further away.
Oh, buddy. He misses.
Oh. All right, let's get some initiative rolled.
-1 for the armor dex issue, yeah?
Mhm.
So 9 for Jason.
All right, does that put Anton down to 17, or is he still 18?
18. My dex goes to 5.
Okay.
Yeah, minus
That's
1
right,
from
I
the armor
forgot.
dex. Yeah, 18.
Jane.
Heather's put in.
Oh, yep. Let me get her initiative. Wendy is in Krynos, so she will go just before Jason. All right. Give these guys some initiative. Oh, Jesus. Gods were not kind.
It's a mixed bag right there.
I was going to say, that's,
It's a
Yep.
mixed bag right there. I take it the ones are the ones being shot at because I imagine they got slowed down significantly.
yeah, the impact will fuck with them a little bit.
So what did we end up deciding with 3-round bursts as far as rage actions? Was because the firing rate on the gun is 3. Is that 1 3-round burst and then you're looking at like melee actions after that?
I mean, if a 3-round burst can normally be done in one turn.
So the way that the rates work is that is per round how many times you can use the weapon. So for example, shotgun is a 1-round thing. So I could shoot it once and that's it. With an assault rifle, you can shoot it 3 times, and that doesn't matter how you shoot it because it just shoots. As long as you have the ammo to shoot it, you can shoot it.
So 3-round bursts is okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
As long as it has enough ammo for it.
How much fire ammo did we get?
You get 1 clip.
Okay, so that's 43 rounds.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, technically 42 because the magazine is 42.
42. All right, so he would have. Okay. So he's down to 40.
Yeah. I imagine you know guns better than me, so.
Well, I mean, it depends on what we're talking about. Usually, you would go in with 1 in the chamber and a full mag. But if I'm assuming what Jane handed him was 1 magazine that was packed full, so there wouldn't have already been 1 in the chamber. So it makes sense.
All right. So Anton has initiative. I am working on a list. But that does put Anton first. You've got 2 guys.
Hit them. I hit that motherfucker that come up the front. That's my job. I'm gonna knock that motherfucker into oblivion. I get 1, which is always enough. That is just 4.
Wait, don't make grumpy sounds. 4 ain't bad.
Oblivion adjacent. It's better than Jason normally does.
So that's 4 damage, dropping 2 rage.
All right. let's start that. Front dude. Goodness, this chart is becoming more and more complicated by the moment. Okay. So, front dude number 1, who just got slapped, does not appreciate that he just got slapped. You gonna take a swing?
Do it. Hit me. Give me more rage.
Big old crazy arms reaches way the fuck out for it.
These are all the same spirit types.
They're all the same thing. All these guys. Let's see. Do. Whew. Would you like
Do
to
it.
use reach action?
No, hit me.
Hit me.
If I dodge the backline's exposed, hit me.
Oh, all right. One, two, three, four. So 3-4.
Soaked.
Beautiful. All right, frontline dude number 2. Probably gonna hit the Wendy. You know what? Fuck it. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. We're going to have a thing happen, which will be well timed because Wendy is away for the moment. Go ahead and give me that roll there, sir.
Jason's
Oh.
roll.
Yeah. And a dark horse move.
I don't know what we're doing.
I added somebody. All right, so what's going to happen is the second one is going to rear around, and as one clashes in with Anton, the other dives for Wendy, and about the last moment, you're going to hear a crack shot from one of the nearby. I assume you're on one of the well, you couldn't very well be on one of the buildings unless you were dealing with the banks inside. Where are you at, Bill?
Probably on the rise they took to get into the main road.
All right. So just out on the hill?
Yeah.
Yeah, get a crack shot. Something hits that motherfucker from a good distance. And it'll stumble. It'll still attempt to make the attack, but it will take 4 damage. The support is here. And I will roll for Wendy for the moment, just because I do not have a Wendy. So, taking that shot. And Wendy, are you trying to dodge anything, or are you just steamrolling? I'm going to assume steamroll.
Not here.
I know she usually has her headset on, so I figured I'd check. I'm going to assume.
Yeah, she's probably just steamrolling.
Okay. Very well. 1, 2, 3. So, your soak. Let's see. plus 3. Four, 5. Yep, there we go. You will soak the swipe from a now injured creepy spirit. All right. Wendy's turn is going to wait until she gets back. So, Jason, let's get it.
Jason dropping 3 rage and 3 round bursting at the one he was shooting at. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So rollover is 5. So we're looking at 15. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 damage.
All right. There. Okie dokie. You've spent rage. Jean. You blast it, by the way. You just fucking tear into the damn thing as it's getting like right into melee range. And admittedly, its melee range is pretty long with them arms, but you still blast the fuckity fuck out of it.
And Jane is going to take a shot at the one closest to her.
I mean, you've got a point blank at this point.
Well, and then I'll definitely be taking a shot.
Love it. Not that you needed the help. Jesus.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is with a shotgun. Any bonus damage for point blank or not?
Let's see. Yeah, but dude, it's a shotgun. I'm sorry. I love them too much. All right. If these things are dumb enough to run into range, I'm going to give you some extra. Let's get over here. You know what? Fuck it. Just for theatrics on this one, I'm going to give you half again damage. So add another
Again.
half again. So essentially, it's normally an 8. Put another 4 on there, just for fun. Like, we've gone from getting peppered to leaving like holes the size of your head when it's that close. Go nuts.
And the rest. Wanky damage roll, 3 damage.
Is that's what, 12 plus? Yeah, plus. Jeez. That is tragic. 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll slap it on him. Where is... That is the side dude. All right. You still managed to, like... It's one of those things where, like, you just didn't get that center mass. You kind of winged it a little. Probably 3 off with a fucking arm. And, yeah, you still blast a chunk out of the side. It's just... It's only the side. Fucking shit.
And I'm spending 1 rage.
All right. I'm not sure what to do for Wendy. Because we're about to hit the end of the turn. I'm going to assume I will assume she spent rage if she is back in time to do the actions. So that it is not wasted needlessly if she is not. So for rage actions. Anton.
Mm-hmm.
Got a dude in front of you.
Cool.
He tried to slap at you. He did not do a good job.
Nope. Because he's a basic bitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right. Beautiful. And by the way, these things are just taking damage like sponges. Like, this is not you imagining it. That's
Yeah.
what is actually
Hey,
happening.
we're gonna snuggle. You gotta lay down, okay?
You need to put your mic back up. There you go. All right. Rage action part 2. Jason.
Okay. Hang on 1 second. I think I did my thing wrong last time.
No?
+3 dice to. No, I did it right. Okay. So. 10d10. All right. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to hit.
Beautiful.
So
Them 2s, though.
yeah, stupid 2s. 5 plus 7, 12. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right. Rear dude takes 6 more. He's looking pretty hairy. I'm not going to lie to you. There's, you know what? Spirits are weird. Spirits are bullshit. The only reason this thing is moving is that logic really doesn't need to apply. Between the two bursts, you've torn it up pretty badly. Both of the longer limbs are disabled. Its body is riddled with holes. Instead of blood, these guys seem to be oozing more of that fog, which is so nice. But it's going for you with its little baby arms, aka it's slightly shorter than normal arms are. But it has to wait its turn. So Jane.
Technically, damage is damage, so I can just fucking smack it with my gun and it still counts.
Oh yeah. Like that is the one upside / downside to spirits. If it's ag, it's not quite what you'd hope it to be, but at the same time, hitting them with bashing is as good as lethal or ag. It don't matter. Damage is damage.
Right. So what's the roll for that? Dex.
I assume it's a melee if you're hitting it with your gun.
Yep.
We'll say a gun is a fucking shotgun. All right.
Like a baseball bat?
Yeah, probably. So it'll be a strength +2. And you know what? Fuck it, because you're using it like a baseball bat. I assume when you just whip it around, grab it, and swing, I'll give you the baseball bat difficulty, so it'll be 5. It's not designed for this, but it is pretty fucking sturdy.
And it's awakened.
And yeah, it's awake. It it loves you enough to be this nice.
So, definitely. Oh,
Yowza.
and then strength.
Surprisingly effective. And actually, if you're using it two-handed, you get what's your strength, Jane?
7.
Beautiful. Get +1 damage just for lols, since you're two-hand swinging it, Louisville Slugger style.
So I get 7 plus my successes, which is 4. So 3, 10, plus 2 for the baseball bat. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bashing.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, she just fucking slugs this thing.
Look, apparently your gun is very sorry that it wasn't nearly as effective shooting. So, yeah, you just whip the thing around at the last second, like, well, fuck, and take a swing. And the butt just... I'm going to put it this way. If it wasn't a spirit, it would be dead. Because what you do is you whip the thing around, take that good swing, smack it right against the head, and like half its skull caves in. It's only still moving because spirits don't have to follow anatomical logic. That head is completely disabled. It is crushed. That is great.
And she just whips it back round, pumps it again.
All right, second rage actions. This is. Oh wait, I need to. No, I'm good on that one. So second rage actions. Anton. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep hitting.
Now, for the record, as we go into the second rage action, you can definitely hear these are not the only ones here. This is definitely just the initial wave, probably from the closest houses.
The 4.
Now the 4. Front 1. 4 more. Beautiful. I assume you're sticking with the Claires.
Yep.
All right. Then, Jason, did you? Yeah, you did spend multiple, so
Yeah.
did it.
Oh, yeah, I did it wrong. I need to add 3 more.
Go ahead.
There we go. All right. So, how many ones are there? 2 ones.
You do have the point blank, so the 5s will.
Basically, looking at 3.
Mhm.
So 2 roll over. 7, 9.
Jason
1,
and Hamid
2,
looking this thing in
3,
the
4,
face,
5,
just screaming
6.
and firing.
Yeah, 6 more.
All right. Would you like to describe how you crazy Rambo kill it?
Yeah. So is this lumbering, terrifying, crazy long arm, whatever, is finally getting up into like I can smell your breath range? Jason kind of lunges forward like he's gonna hit it with his bayonet, but just as he goes in there, he pulls on that trigger, and it just walks right up the barrel walks up the torso of this thing and hits it square 3 times. Last one in the head, just popping it open.
All right. So finally, look, this thing looks like it shouldn't have been even holding together prior, but after these 3 shots, finally there's a shudder of body, the rocking like kind of impact of the bullets. And yeah, you can smell its breath. It's not good, buddy. It's not good. But sure enough, after the 3, boom, boom, boom up the body, it finally kind of shudders and sways forward a little bit and finally sways back and just boom. And almost immediately begins to kind of disintegrate. Adding a bit to the mist that's whirling around your guys' ankles, and actually probably by now approaching waist level. A lot of that stuff. But yes, that is the first one down. Jane, did you have a second rage action?
I don't have enough rage.
I could not remember if you'd bought up to 3. All right, so in that case, we'll cycle back around. Oh, wait, nope, we've got Wendy. Wendy, would you like to make an attack?
Yes.
Do it.
Okie dokie. Oh, Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, quackulate your damage.
You have Razor Claws. That's not 5. You activated them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh,
6.
you're right. Razor Claws is minus
Razor
one.
Claws is minus 1 diff.
Mm-hmm. My kingdom first specialty.
Right? All right. So, let's see.
Strength plus 3 plus 5.
Yeah.
Don't forget it's Krynos strength.
Any specialty?
Yes.
What is it?
Raw power.
Oh, that's right. So that's 7 for the Wendy. All right. You finally got a swipe in, Wendy. Good job. Yep, the one that's come up in front of you took a swing. Thankfully, didn't land any real damage. Kind of gave you the little the loving touch. No, you slap it back pretty fucking well. Give it a graze, and we're on to third rage actions.
Brigida's with us as well, isn't she?
Oh shit! I'll bring her in on the next round because I fucking suck.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. I know Jason has a third one. I don't know if anyone else does.
I believe Anton does.
No, I don't. I can't spend 3 rage.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Yep, Jason. Last one. You already used your gun 3 times.
All right. Bayonet thrust at one of them then.
You going for? I assume you're twisting for the side one, unless you're turning around for the front.
Whoever is closest to him.
Probably the one that Jane's on.
Okay. One, two, three. What is the damage for spear? Did we decide?
I believe we gave you knife damage. Albeit not at knife. Or no, it was spear. Spear is dirt.
Oh, that's difficulty. Damage is
Strength
strength
plus
plus
2.
1 plus 2. Okay. 3, 5 plus
If
whatever
you're
the
using it
rollover was.
Two-handed, you get +1 damage.
Yeah, it would be two-handed because he would have already been holding it two-handed.
So strength plus 3 for damage. Diff 6.
Okay. 6 plus 2, so 8. Oops. Three.
All right, 3 more on that dude. Got it. Yeah, you give it a good shiv. Try to catch its attention a little bit. Very stinking well. Any pretty. All right. So as we go back into another round, I'm going to stop sucking at life real fast. Mark Brigida in there. All right, so you've got one down. The one at the side with Jane is pretty fucking mangled, especially between, the collapsed head and everything. The 2 up front are looking rough. They're not utterly crippled yet, but they are pretty handily beaten the fuck up. Thankfully, it has only been a couple seconds. So, round 2.
Your rage haymaker.
Haymaker.
Mm-hmm. It's diff 7.
Well, you've definitely got -7.
Mm-hmm.
Dex brawl, strength +2 plus knock it down. Gotcha. All right, go for it. Do it to it. I'm gonna die laughing. If you fucking kill him on the turn, you would have knocked him over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No special,
strength-
right?
Doesn't apply to this.
That is still exactly enough for you to demolish him with a haymaker. Do it to it. Give me that narrative.
Yeah, it comes at me. It's been a little bit of a scrap. So Anton takes a step back, hearing the other things coming down the front the street. So I've got to drop this thing in order to be so I'm not swarmed. So he just cranes his claw hand back, and just swipes upwards and takes his fucking throat clean out. Stays where he is.
Fucking beautiful. Fucking beautiful. All right, Bill. You can finally move.
I've returned from the frozen time. Let's see how I do with my new career as Granddaddy Shoot Bangs.
Got to keep the distance and stick with the snipes because there's a
My
lot
career-
more out there.
My career is off to a rollicking good start.
All right. I assume you can.
Look at that.
There is one at the front of the party. In
Yes.
front of Wendy. There's one over by Jane that is nearly Kaputski.
I will protect the baby. Wendy can take care of herself. We shoved like 3 giant needles in her and she somehow didn't die.
You mean Jane?
Yeah, Jane's good. Jane
Solid
is
logic.
the spinal master. She's got this. She's like fucking swinging that club around like she's fucking Keelik and Soul Calibur. All right, she's good. But Wendy is alone in the world. And Bill still feels like vaguely guilty about the time he honked her boob. So we're gonna dedicate this to looking out for Wendy and Wendy's boob.
And Wendy's boob.
All right. That's 5 for Wendy's boob.
All right.
Don't worry, I'll run out of bullets at some point.
Very, very potentially so. There's also, like I said, a good deal of movement out there, and then there are hills.
Yeah,
you may not want to stay
unfortunately,
solo forever.
unfortunately, I didn't bring like a machine gun level of bullets. So eventually, I will have to come and sit on some of them, keep them warm for Anton.
All right.
Anton has taken P90X to a level Bill can never possibly imagine. Anton is basically CrossFit now. Anton's always jacked, and because he's a werewolf, he'll never have rhabdo. Anton's abs have abs. He's got this.
Are you spending any rage, Bill?
No, because unfortunately, the side effect of having Granddaddy Shoot Bangs is that it goes at a grandpa rate of 1. I didn't think you were gonna let me have some sort of next level super fast sniper rifle. So instead, we've got Grandpa's guitars, but it packs a pretty good wallop. So there's that.
What are you using?
I'm just using the rifle from the basic weapons table.
Oh, like the stand. Okay, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
it's got
I
a
thought
really
all
good
of-
range.
I thought all
Like
of
a
them
hunting
had a higher
rifle.
rate, but yeah, that one does have the best range. So
Yeah.
I'll let you have it. You don't want to spend any for potential movement.
I will spend a token 1 rage in case they try to jump my G Willikers in some sort of ninja move. And then we will see who is the better ninja. A spirit born of shadow and sin, or a depressed man in his mid-20s.
Wait, and Attorney,
Y'all miss me.
can you do me a solid and link me the music we were using last time?
What was that?
The one from fuck it. I can't remember what the fuck the show was called, which is why I haven't looked it up myself. It wasn't the one from Hannibal, it was the other one.
What was the premise of the show?
Fucking buddy cop detectives fucking
Okay.
shit on each other and look for the Yellow King the whole time.
Oh, yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about True Detective season 1.
Thank you.
There you go, buddy.
Fuck me.
I got your back.
Oh.
It's a wide and interesting soundtrack, but I think I know exactly what you're talking about. So you give me a second.
There we go.
Continue on. I've got this,
I already got it.
but I got it.
All right. So, Brigitte will finally enter the fray. We'll assume Brigitte got herself fucking sidetracked with I don't know, another one or something. Either way, she is gonna she's gonna resist the urge to psycho spider monkey tackle the thing because they need to stay in line. She can do this. She's got training. She can behave mostly. Yeah, she'll take a. You know what? The one up front is nearly dead. The one at the side is one hot slapper from dead. She is going to whip around and smack the one in front of Jane just to get it dispatched. And she will, in fact, be spending rage as well. Which leaves, let's see. Next one is the one in front of Wendy. Really upset that it didn't do a better job of mauling her last time. And we'll try again. To the tune of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage, madam, please.
That's a miss. Remember, we're diff 7 to hit.
Oh, shit! God.
There's. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. Wow.
That's a miss.
That's a miss.
That's a miss.
Correct. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's a miss. That's a miss. Every other time it's been hitting us because it's been rolling like 8s and 9s and shit.
It has.
So,
I'm sorry.
but 6s miss on us right now.
You are right. So never mind. Thank you, Jane, for sparing Wendy 7 points of damage. Oh, wow. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just going to turn this music up a little bit and try to find my life. All right. That does make it Wendy's turn, however.
All right. Well, going to. Okay. So I'm going to spend 3 rage. 1 to activate Falling Touch so I can deliver it through an attack. 2 for extra actions. And I'm going to make a claw attack on this guy.
Do it.
Falling touch, fall down through slap slap is willpower.
You can spend a rage to deliver it through an attack.
Well, okay then.
It's 3 to hit.
All right. Get it.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right.
And it goes down.
I mean, much harder than you probably intended, but yes, it goes down.
Oh, is it dead?
Oh yeah. It was in rough shape already. You proceed to maul the ever-loving fuckity fuck out of it, which clears up your first wave. I will let people take action and even consume rage actions if they'd like to. Actually, you know what? I will cash back your rage actions for the people that spent them, so they're not lost.
Cool.
And give you a round to ready yourselves in whatever way you need to. The fog has gotten significantly thicker every time one of these things collapses, and there's been 4 of them now. They do kind of crumple and begin to dissipate and to disintegrate, but they're leaving behind like good thick. It's kind of like a mushroom almost. They're kind of sporing as you drop them out.
Are there any at a distance that Jason can see through the fog?
I will let y'all make a high def alertness check to see if you can spot them, because the fog may not be very high, but it is getting a lot thicker.
I will be right back.
See how it is throwing fucking 10s at me and shit.
What's the diff?
I'm going to make it at least diff 8, but that means you've got 3 as well.
3 for Jason.
You guys are fucking killing me. What the hell?
2 for me.
Let me get Wendy's dice.
I think she was 7 as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Wendy. And Brigida does not have Granddaddy Crow. Big Papa Crow.
This is a momentous occasion. It's the first time I haven't like aced a fucking roll.
And we'll give her a standard 5. She doesn't see shit. So, let me restart my music here.
On the booze, slide the mud.
No, I'm using this one. So, as these things collapse, the fog gets thicker around your ankles, maybe up to knee height. And I'm talking like guru knee height. So for the rest of y'all, it's like mid-thigh height. And they collapse. And here's the thing, they may have needed a lot to take them apart, but I mean, it was like there was no armor, no nothing. They just soaked up your bullets, your claws, and eventually just came apart, were damaged to the point where they couldn't move anymore, and collapsed. But these things were big. And as the fog's rolling out, for all of you with your ridiculous successes, you'll begin to see as you're still hearing things. There's still creaks. There's still kind of the groaning of houses settling. There's a bit of that kind of weird sound of something churning up the turf a little bit. And through the fog, you're seeing essentially, it's almost like when you see movies where you've got like worms or things under the ground, kind of like rolling the turf up a little bit. It's a similar effect in the fog. There are points where you will see things disturbing it, stirring it up a little bit. It's subtle, especially with the fog having a little bit of its own movement. But as you guys pull yourselves back together into formation, I don't know if Bill is joining formation or is going to stand out there by his onesies.
His sight line has been destroyed by your fog machine. He will go and join his friends.
Very well. Then as Bill fucking scooches it over, stirring up fog as he goes, yeah, you'll see it's kind of runnels in the fog. There are things out there. They're just smarter than the ones that charged you.
Okay, throw the grenade.
Yep, Jane just goes onto her belt where the three things that she's carrying are held onto. Pulls out the little glass bottle that's marked with the red kind of painted C on it. And spends the gnosis and lobs it towards where the figures are moving.
All right, I assume you're just trying to get where you'll hit as many as possible.
Oh, she's just trying to try and hit something. End of the day, she can't see how many there are. She just can see that they're out there. So if I hit as many as possible, then sure, why not?
All right. Lovely. The beautiful thing about a cleanse bomb is that it's not so much about damage as it's an AoE of fuck your life for these guys. So, Wendy, or not Wendy, Jesus Christ, what is my life? Let's see, Jane. Are you throwing, there's, one or two closer, there's more stirring further out. Any particular place you want to aim for as far as how far away? Do you want to go for the more distant ones? Do you want to go for the ones closer to where you guys are?
Oh, as far as I'm concerned, is that there is a thick fog. She can see things moving in the fog. She can see things further away. Things that are closer a threat. Let's hit them.
All right. So, Jane uncorks the cleanse bomb, spends, and just kind of dashes it into the fucking fog. Not too terribly far from you guys. We'll say like maybe 3 yards away for the closest one. And similarly to what Crow himself did, you get a kind of a splash blast that as it kind of, for all intents and purposes, grenade style explodes. It not only shreds through whatever it just landed on, but it blasts clear a section of the fog. And what you're going to see. Yeah. Let me just load them up. There's your buddy. So basically, this thing's going to land. It's going to blow a section of this guy away, but you do finally get a look at it. It's not small. It's very long, but as far as like thickness around, we'll say maybe the size of the average person's like leg. As far as, how big around their bodies are. But at the very least, the one that she makes immediate contact with, that thing, straight contact, nah. It's a part of it blasts away. There's high-pitched squealing that is very kind of distorted, much like before, as if you're listening to it through an old speaker that's been kind of half blown out. But it thrashes, it flails, and I mean it goes still, and you get a clear piece of the fog where you can see more of these things, bits of their body whipping out of range, probably with more of the same squeals.
Yeah, Anton takes out his gun and we all open fire on that one specific section.
Just trying to chase up the ones that are flitting away from it.
Yeah, it's just we're not going to move from where we are. We're just going to fucking shoot as many as we can see. No point in charging into the fog where they have the advantage. Fuck that.
I mean, the fog is already around you, bud.
Yeah, but we've just blown open a part of it with the pen, so might as well take advantage of the slight thing we can see.
Yeah.
No point in going deeper.
All right. So everyone who does have a gun, for Anton, you are really big for your gun. It does make a half attempt to accommodate.
Remember, it's awakened.
Yes, it is. It makes an attempt to accommodate. It'll be a little awkward this time to use it because it's still adapting to you. But you can essentially go to like kind of reflex reach for the gun, and it's a little awkward with your giant claws. It hasn't gotten up big enough to really easily accommodate, but there's something to this woken up gun thing because it's enough that you can use it. It's just kind of messy.
Cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna shoot. Drop 2 rage.
Damn.
I don't know what my damage roll is. Like I don't know what my diff is.
Jesus, guys. All right, let me eyeball my guns here. Actually, how many successes did you get on the alertness?
3.
Then you'll get standard diff.
4 successes. I don't know if lightning reflexes applies to this, but 4 successes.
Not in this case. But yeah, if you got at least 3 successes on the alertness, you will have standard diff. If you did not get at least 3 successes, depending on how many you got. Let's see what I've got from people. I think pretty much everyone except Brigida is good. Bill, you have a +1 diff. Since you only got 2. Noted. But yeah, for the rest of you, standard diff. Give me that damage.
Alrighty. Wendy will shift down to Hamid and shoot.
I was muted. 7 damage from Jane.
Oh, there you go.
4.
7 and 4. Let's see what everyone gets, and we will pepper it out on these guys.
Jason missed.
Oh, buddy. Wendy, what are you shooting?
It's just a pistol.
Yours is not awakened, and you are in Krynos.
I said shift to Hamid to shoot.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
I did not hear or see or whatever, so my bad. All right, I just want to make sure you were in Hamid. You're good. Do it to it.
Oh. Yeah, she misses.
No, that's that's your damage. Ones don't cancel on damage.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're right. It doesn't. Yeah, so she gets 2. Not great.
So 2, 7, and what did Anton get me?
4.
Beautiful. So 13 total. All right, you guys do start firing. You'll hear. I'll put it this way: you're going to hear more of those like weird, distorted. Again, just crackling screeches, very high pitched, very shrill. As these things begin writhing through the fog, and ironically, because you are tapping them and they're moving so much more, they're actually stirring it up and making it a bit thinner, making it a bit easier to see. They don't look especially hardy, but they do look like they could do some nasty damage if they get a hold of you with those fucking heads of theirs. So, I'll give you guys initiative as they are running up on you. I will
Sweet.
do you want me to just add them to the one we've got now?
Yeah. Save us rolling again.
All right. I'm just going to tack them on like that. And start with Anton. You got your base attack off. Bill, did you take a shot?
I did not.
Would you like to, buddy?
I would.
Would you do that? You will be at place wounded.
That doesn't seem to bother me today.
That is good.
Five.
5. All right. So, yeah, Bill, you whip around, you take a shot into the mist, see the fog whipping up, and you can't see it clearly, but you're pretty sure it's there. Fire off a round, and sure enough, pop it, hear the scream. Brigitte is unfortunately kind of on defensive. She can't see these things for shit. She's having a lot of trouble aiming at them. But she is at least kind of getting low and is readied out with the claws so that if anything does take a swipe at someone, she's essentially set on intercept. Wendy took a shot. Jason took a shot. Jane took a shot. So rage actions, we go to Anton.
Cool. I'll pick one of those motherfuckers up.
Just gonna grab it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Iron grip. Come here.
Oh my god. Let's see if it can at least wick off some of your successes for the damage. Jesus. Hilariously, they have a very similar specialty to yours, so it will not help them get out. And actually, at least on the initial thing, the best it can try to do is dodge. So, let's see if it can do that at all. It wicks off 4 successes as far as calculating damage, but you got it.
Mm-hmm. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on the squeeze.
Oh my god. All right, let's give him a little bit of soak. Jesus. Actually, you know what? No, we need to speed this along, so no, I'm not even gonna.
I pop him like a zit.
Pretty much, yeah, you pick it up like it's like the freaking crocodile hunter snagging up a snake right behind the head. You just snatch it, pull it up, and squeeze, pop the head right off.
Yep, there goes my first rage action.
All right, Bill, any rage? Bill?
I will spend 1 preliminary rage.
All right, would you like to use it?
Yeah. Can I hit something with my gun physically?
Yes. Now that they're all stirred up, you can do it at normal difficulty. You
Man.
get flashes of them through the mist.
All right.
Are you gonna baseball swing your fucking gun?
No, I'm going to hold it like a gun, but try to maneuver the butt of the rifle into something.
You do that. You rifle butt it.
I just don't know if he would want to hold something so close to the barrel that had been fired so damn recently. All right, I have a base hit.
You'll heal. It's fine. But okay. Jeez.
This is
Probably
one
not that hot
success.
after 2 shots.
Mm-hmm. 3 technically.
A little bit warm.
All right.
All
Here's
right.
my
So for
base
damage,
strength.
I'll give you like a +1. You're using something.
Cool. All right, go Glabro slap. I mentioned he's not a very physical character for.
All right. You fucking like whip around, see the head of one, and yeah, you just kind of like ugh! Slammer, rifle butt, get the fuck away from me. Right in the mouth. It doesn't like that. It hisses at you. All right, and Brigitte will whirl around, taking a shot at the one that Bill has revealed for her. Probably slap the shit out of it. Move along to Wendy.
Yep. Wendy'll fire her gun.
Rage.
Hmm? What?
Essentially, these are rage actions.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. She'll shoot her gun off the one Brigitte and Bill are taking, because fuck it.
Gonna stay in Hamad, Wendy?
I mean, this is essentially rage actions. I don't think she can switch back in rage.
Just use a rage action to go back into Chronos.
It's a reflex action. Means you can do it whenever. I'll let you do it in rage actions if you like.
Okay, yeah. She'll go back into Krynos, slap it with her claws.
Slappy.
Slappy, slappy.
Blender paws.
Head kick, why?
To fuck with you.
You got success. You got
yep.
successes. I don't know why you're giving it a psychic.
It took a second to post them.
Yeah.
It scared her.
Alright, so that's 3. Yep, it did scare me.
Don't forget your razor claws.
Mm-hmm. Extra damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, whip around, and after Bill shot it, Brigitte's taking kind of a slap at it. Yeah, you do the slice it, dice it, make julienne fries. Just with the razor claws and everything, whatever resistance there might normally have been, you cleave right through it. Hot knife through butter. Little chunklets. Jason.
How many of these are there left?
That is very hard to tell because they have very long bodies and you can see fog moving and you can catch glimpses of them, but it is really hard to get a good count.
Okay.
You can tell if that's the same one twice or it's 2 separate ones.
Are there any in point blank? Are they all distance now because that one's dead?
Oh, no, they're coming over. They're coming at you. Coming right for you.
Okay. So I guess, 3-round burst at whatever is closest.
Do it. Shoot it in the face.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a lot.
That is a lot. And you guys have previously peppered them, which is why they're going down so fast. So yeah, these ones don't have nearly as much health. You 3-round burst. Get it.
7, what's the normal? 7, so 14. And 1, 2, 3,
It's
4,
dead.
5. Okay.
It's dead. I'm just going to look at that roll and say it's dead. It's fucking dead, Jim. Jesus Christ. All right, Jane. They're coming for your ankles. Your sweet, fleshy ankles. Okay, You're kind of bony ankles. Kind of weird looking. Okay. Jane. If you're talking, Tom, I can't hear you. I will hold her first rage action and let her go as soon as he is back. Okay. Then for the moment, I will roll up to Anton, and yeah, I will just keep that rage action on perma hold until he's clear.
Cool. Miss. Wait. 1, 2, 3. No, I miss. Going for a grab. Miss.
Going for more like crazy psycho grabs. I love it. All right. But this one just happened to see what happened to his buddy, and it's just like, no! Pulls an Oprah.
Mhm.
All right, Bill. You only spent one.
I did.
Wendy,
I've got one more.
get it.
One, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six damage.
Beautiful. You take a good shot at another one. You will not one shot this one. But you do hit one and rake down it, hear the screech, and it essentially thrashes out from under your paw. Yeah.
He's missing at a 3-round burst, it looks like. Oh, maybe not. It's diff 5. So what do we got? We got 2 1s. 1, 2, 3 then. So
Not even close to a miss, sir.
I forgot it was diff 5. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage.
Are you hitting the same one that Wendy went for, or are you going for your own?
Yeah, the same one that he was on, whatever's closest to him.
All right. And you can whip around and see that the one Wendy took a swing at slithered out from under her, kind of thrashed its way out from under her paw, and you just crack a shot at it as it's trying to get back into the fog. It was all limp noodly. Are you back, Tom, or do you need another second?
No, I'm back.
All right. You have a rage action to blow.
Do I? I didn't spend rage.
Oh, did you not?
Nope.
I am sorry. Would you like to have spent rage? Because I did not ask when you guys were taking your original can shots.
No, I need to conserve.
All right. Well, in that case, we are through the second round. I will give you guys one more, and then we'll have some shenanigans. Did anyone else spend 3 rage?
Nope.
Oh, did anyone spend 3 rage? All right. Wormies for me. So what they are going to do, it's very similar to an Anton move. We'll say pick 3 people at random. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yep. So first person will be Jason.
Yay!
Hey, buddy.
What am I rolling?
So as we go to the next round, what it's going to do, it does have a good roll for initiating. One, two, three, four. So at the tune of 5 successes, one of them finally lances out of the fog and basically goes to immediately twine itself part around one of your legs and tries to latch on. You may make an attempt to dodge it, or at least dodge away some of these successes. Or honestly, you have a gun, you can try to effectively parry it since you have a large enough weapon that you can kind of swing it at it.
Yeah, can I like set for a charge like parry with this the bayonet? Kind of a thing. How would that work?
All right, so the way parry works is instead of rolling like Dex Athletics to dodge, you'd roll Dex Melee, and your successes will knock off its successes. And since you are using something sharp, if you were to get more successes than it did, you would do damage.
Okay. And what's the roll? What's dodge? It's Dex Athletics.
Dodge is Dex Athletics. Parry is Dex Melee, and blocking something would be Dex Brawl. But trying to body block something that is trying to latch onto your body is not especially effective. So it would have to be either Dex Athletics to dodge or Dex Melee to try to poke it off with the bayonet.
We'll try with the bayonet, but I got little odds here. Let's see what we come up with.
That's actually really good. Nice. All right. It only had 5, so now it only has 2 successes. So it only gets 1 in rollover. And what I'm going to have you roll for me, instead of Stam, is willpower.
Permanent or current?
Current. All right. Beautiful. And then soak me 3 lethal. It bites you.
Stammy. What's my stammy? 3, I think.
Don't forget your armor.
Right.
Beautiful. All soaked.
Nice.
All right. Next person will be Jane.
So what am I rolling?
Basically, you've just seen it happen to Jason. Same thing's going to happen to you. One of these is going to come lunging out of the fog, trying to kind of like latch onto one of your legs. You can try to dodge it, or if you want with the gun, you can try to parry it, essentially. I need to remember the higher diff. It is only 2 successes in an attempt to latch on.
And the parry roll is, just to remember.
Parry roll would be a Dex Melee using your gun.
Ah, fuck it, let's go for that. Technically, with the gun, I can't botch.
This is true. You cannot botch with your gun.
Right. Oh, doesn't fucking matter.
That is okay. It is not a lot that it is hitting you with. It did not get a lot of successes. So, with only 2 successes, only 1 rolls over. So first, soak me 1 whole point of lethal. It's a baby bite. It's a nibble. Don't forget your armor.
I'm just looking it up. So
It's first
3, 3, 3. Soaked.
Beautiful. In which case, truthfully, I should not even need you to roll willpower because it didn't even get a good latch on. All right, and then last one we'll go for. And then, nope. Not hitting the same person twice. Really?
It really just wants to hit Jane. But it looks
They
like.
really? You know what? I'm not even giving you those two options anymore. How about that? Good. Jeez. It goes for Brigida. Jesus Christ. Any minute, sidekick. One, two, three. Brigida gonna call Perry because she is big and scary right now. Gonna block, as it were, since she's got hand blades. Da, da, da. Yeah, she swipes it aside. So now Jason and Jane have been latched. First on initiative is Anton.
Cool.
One has been shoved aside by Brigida, and two are latched onto your people.
Since it's latched and it can't resist me, I walk over to where Jane is. I drop 2 rage, and since it's grappled, I will. No. I take 4, 5, 6. No, sorry. Yeah, 6 damage.
Yeah. Pop its head off. Let's see. You got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Jane gets jostled as Jane, it's not necessarily that Anton's heavy-handed. It's just this thing was literally trying to coil its entire body around your leg. It was doing the wrap. And Anton's just like, nah, whips it off.
Yeah, whips it off and just crushes it, and then starts advancing towards where Jason is.
Ugh. Bill. What you gonna
Okay.
do?
I have 3 bullets left. My name is Stubbs, and I'm the best. All right. I'm gonna shoot a thingy.
All
with
right.
My gun.
There is one attached to Jason's leg. There's also one rearing up that Brigida smacked away with her claws.
I'm gonna pick the one rearing up because I don't want to also shoot Jason.
That sounds tactically sound.
Okay. Here we go. I don't hit anything. I feel so bad about that I spend 2 rage.
All right. Oh Jesus! Brigida's gonna take another swipe at this thing because she's mad at it being a dick. Yeah, Brigida mangles the one that she slapped off of herself. So, Wendy,
Yep.
it's got your boy. That's on
Oh.
his leg.
Not for long, it's not.
Get it.
Jason's like, get it off, get it off, get it off.
Jason having the most normal reaction.
I mean, there you go. You hit it.
Yeah, oh shit.
Jesus Christ.
Christ, it's 7. successes.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let's not celebrate until the damage roll.
So
Oh.
strength plus 3 plus 6.
Yep.
Strength plus 9.
Get it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Do
god.
you see what
Wow.
I mean?
Wow.
Why
You-
did you jinx it?
You
Jesus.
Do you understand?
Holy crap.
Understand my rage?
Oh my god.
Understand my pain?
You just rolled nearly a double bagger and didn't get anything.
Yeah,
That
you know
is-
what? Fuck it.
Look, your finesse
Does-
was good, so I'll put it this way: you may not have done a lot of damage, but with that fucking attack roll, you've essentially grabbed its head. So even if it survives, it can't try to bite him again because it did. It tried really hard. He's got like tears in his pants now. You like those pants, Wendy?
These are my Rambo pants, Wendy.
Oh,
So you may not have done a lot of damage, but you do succeed in essentially a whole paw grabbing its head.
Yeah, and Wendy will spend 2 rage.
Jason, it can't bite you, but it did put a hole in your Rambo pants.
Motherfucker. All right,
Even defanged, they can hurt your feelings.
Are we in rage actions or regular actions?
Base initiative.
Okay. Yeah, so Jason's just going to try and go stabby with the bayonet on it. Like,
Shiv
get
it.
the fuck up. Yeah. Is it standard diff since it's like not going anywhere?
I mean, it's actually lower diff because it's
Yeah.
attached to you right now. It's a lot easier to hit because it's not moving or hiding in the fog. It's essentially a pro, so -2 diff because it can't move out of the way in time if it's wrapped around your leg.
Son of a bitch.
That's still a success!
Oh, it is one
Yay!
success, isn't it? Okay, so
Stab it!
strength plus 3 is what we landed on for this, right? Since it's a two-handed stabby
Yeah,
stab.
because you're using both hands. Yes, +3.
Okay, so one, 2 of them.
You stab it. This poor thing gets the longest death out of all of them. All right, Jade. You got a little stumbled up, but you're good now.
All right. So what is there around me to shoot?
There's one attached to Jason's leg, but you are using a shotgun.
That's all right. I can't miss it then, can I?
soak it, Jason. Soak it.
I mean, Wendy is holding its head.
Swear you're going to be a Shadow Lord.
Shove that shotgun down its open mouth that Wendy's holding open.
Do it. Yeah,
Do
it's
it.
2 diff to hit too on top of everything else because it's effectively prone.
And I can't botch.
And you can't. I mean, if you managed to botch it like diff, what? -2, like whatever it is for point blank and the prone.
I've done it before.
Never underestimate the botch, Kevin.
So that I imagine is 6 successes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is an absurd number of dice.
Do it.
8, 13, plus 4 for point blank.
There you
1,
go.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Boom.
9.
9. Yeah, Jane just kind of like you get your leg kind of jostled as Anton whips one off of you. You turn around and look once you've got your feet steady. You just kind of casually point the fucking shotgun at it and boom. Fucking somehow Jason's leg and Wendy's hand are spared. Thank you, Awakened Shotgun. But that thing gets just fucking every part of it that is not immediately in or on the other two just essentially gets reduced to a red mist. It just, oh my god. Oh, beautiful.
Jason just shakes his leg like, you know, like he's
Take off
like
the
shaking.
chocolates.
Yeah, just like, ugh, get off. You know.
You shake off the chunklets. And I will let you guys use all expended rage actions to continue mopping these guys up. Because apparently they were not nearly as effective at Bite You as they thought. Jesus Christ. And
This always
the
works.
fog is starting to thin. So what I'm going to have happen to help speed things right along. Where are you? So as you guys are effectively like playing whack-a-mole with these things, they're nasty, they're hissy, but if they can't latch onto you, they don't seem to be especially effective. And as their hiding space is getting diminished, they're getting less and less effective. You've drawn them out into the open and then taken away their cover. So, I mean, we've got everything from the occasional shotgun blast, some rifle rat-a-tats, everything else. 3 Krynos walking around just playing happy slap in the fog. And while you're doing it, Crow kind of gets a look around and finally, because, he's still there. He's chilling, watching you do your thing. You'll finally effectively gain a lot of height, and I will give alertness for people to see how soon they spot him, because it's going to be even cooler if you can spot him in advance. Oh, Jesus.
Some for Jason.
Some for Jason. 3,
5.
3, 5. Where's Bill?
I am here.
Roll your alertness, you butt.
Oh.
All right, so Bill will probably see it from the highest point. So for Bill, you actually see him starting to flap up and gain height at some point while you're, you just glance up and notice because he's still got the sparks going here and there. It's just, who's looking up right now? Everything's on the ground. Same thing for Jason. You'll catch about time he hits a steady point high up and gathers his wings in and starts a dive. And at various points in the dive, the rest of you you'll catch sight of it. He just does a straight up, right towards the ground, full stoop of a dive. And, Wendy may be the last to notice, but you catch that, that glimpse of him just before collision as he hits the dirt. And the effect is very much like lightning. He hits the ground. There's a charred kind of, not quite a crater where he lands, but there's a charred circle there, and lightning will begin to dance out through the fog, dispersing it. Once it gets to a certain distance, it's splitting, it's forking, and it's growing weaker and weaker at a distance. It's spreading out further until you essentially have a circle of cleansing again, where the fog is utterly dismissed. Broad, again, big enough to handle both a building and the yard around it if it's a small enough building. So you suddenly have a huge swath where the fog is just wiped out as you are going around, making the picking off that much easier. Begin to realize you're running out of targets. This is no longer a target-rich environment. You've just got chunklets of worms and kind of some crackly remains of the first wave of guys. And Crow will chill in the middle, preening, knowing he's a badass. Teamwork makes the dream work. But it's beginning to look like you've done a pretty good job of clearing this place out.
Yeah, once it becomes apparent mission is complete, he'll get Jane to start doing some hard cleansing around the area because fuck it, might as well just finish off any remnant of this disease place, and now otherwise than that, he's getting everyone to pack up their shit and move.
Anybody else?
Jason's doing what he's told. If he was told to pack his shit and move out, then he's doing that.
So, for Jane, I assume you're gonna do just that. Start working on cleansing, kind of try to see where this is coming from, if it's rolling back in.
Yeah, that's exactly what she's gonna do.
All right, as a point of interest for the party. You'll note that as between Crow's mass effort and then Jane, going in more finesse style hitting points, there is fog rolling in. It's a lot thinner. It's a lot less dense. But it's still coming from somewhere. But on the bright side, since you're creating clear areas for it to roll through, you can kind of get an impression of where it's coming from.
Yeah, sure. Let's go to there then.
Where is it coming from?
It is coming from. Da 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 da. Where is it? So you come along and follow back, and much like Anton found once before, there is a house with an open door, and it's very hard to tell because once the fog is established, there's not a lot of movement. But you can even do a quick, beginning of a cleanse just outside that open door, and you'll see that instead of it rolling from the yard to fill the gap, it just gently tumbles out of the doorway.
Yeah, Anton just reloads his revolver and just walks in.
Wendy follows behind him.
Jason too.
Oh yeah, Brigitte gives this house the fucking side eye, but she follows in. She's grumbly about taking Glabro to fit through doors, but she'll do it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk until I eventually find probably a basement, I imagine.
Mm-hmm. So, as you guys go through, and I mean, Anton and Brigitte seem to be pretty familiar with the place. Glance into the doorways, but don't seem overly concerned, I imagine.
Nope.
They know they cleared this one out. And soon you'll end up in a lovely flooded basement.
Oh, Wendy looks sus as hell at that water.
I just walk the fuck in it.
I mean, she'll go in after him, but she obviously she's expecting something.
I mean, I'll give you this. As you guys start trotting down, following it down into there, even Brigitte, before stepping into the water, reaches up and, just puts a hand on the mask like it's, yep, still good. And then steps down in. We're talking like thigh-high water. On this side, most of what you'll see is like the cobwebby outlines of where there's probably stuff stored in the basement that's been sitting and rotting in it. But on this side, again, you have a little bit more of an effect to it. There is a thin layer of mist rolling across the water and actually filling the basement, which is how it's piling up out of the basement.
Where's it originating from?
Remember that crack in the wall?
Yep.
Hell, between Jane being able to do quick checks with a bit of cleansing and to see where it rolls in after. But Anton pretty quickly, I assume, catches on and will lead her over. There's a part of the basement wall where there is a large crack in the foundations, creating the walls of the basement. And while it's currently underwater, if you put your hand there, you can feel a little bit of, it's spilling in. That's where the leak is that's filling the basement.
Like behind the wall?
Yeah. There must be like a pipe that's burst somewhere or something. What's weird is that, yeah, you're in a basement. So unless it is a water pipe that connects the city water to the house or something, it's any guess like what the hell could be still spurting water into this basement. It's not like this is rain runoff or something that just flooded it a little.
Cleanse it. It'll start burning, and whatever it is, it'll come out usually, or it'll seal itself. So get rid of it.
All right. Yeah, Jane will just start doing it. I mean, fuck if it helps. Because technically, or if I'm wrong, cleansing uses sticks of water, right?
Yeah, you usually flick water on it, or you'll use like a burning branch to like smoldering to represent like the smoke is the air, the smolder is the fire, the flicks of water are that, etc. But if
Alright,
it has a particular flavor that you would like to have to her cleansing, so you're more than welcome to get artsy fartsy with it.
if they cleanse the fucking water. But no, it's fine. She will just watch it because she needs to see a little bit. She will have to dip underneath, do the whole the freaky deaky cleansing thing. I probably will have to cleanse the water as well because it's hard to flick water onto something that's already covered by water.
So Jane, here's where the rub comes in. You can do your cleansing, and that is well and good. You can even begin to the basement water gets clearer as a result, but there's more cloudy stuff pouring out of that pipe. Essentially, whatever it is it's not that the basement is bad and it's this is just what's making it well. No, it's whatever is coming out of that crack is tainted already.
Yeah, she just stands back up, gets out the water as it runs off her a little bit. Looks at Anton. It's probably best if we go through it. Whatever's behind it's what's pumping it in. It's not clean. It's already tainted when it comes in.
From the Umbra side, would we see like a water shut-off valve down here? Like the main water for the house?
Usually, I want to say, let me think. I'm trying to remember where they usually are.
It doesn't
Usually
matter
there's
anyway. That wall's coming down.
Okay.
You can start looking, Jason. It's probably going to be a lot harder to pull off in the Umbra than it would be in the Tellurian. Because things like that don't necessarily translate well into spirity goodness.
Yeah. I
So you
didn't
can
expect
look-
it to, but
But
he'd look around, I guess, if they're tearing the wall down. There's probably not enough room for everyone to tear the wall down.
no, and I mean on the bright side, this thing's water damaged as hell. It's especially with Krynos claws and arms, like it's as long as you guys are tactical about it, you can begin to pull a chunk of the wall out around that crack.
Yep.
Do a bit of digging.
Yep.
Yeah, one day I'll help get that done.
Yeah, you'll eventually. I'm not going to make you roll because it's going to happen, especially in Krynos. A lot of people very invested in getting this to stop. But here's the thing: what you will eventually find is yes, a pipe. It seems like one of the seals at a joint is just utterly fucked and spraying water out, which has eaten through the dirt, eaten through the seams in the foundation, and begun to leak. But there's definitely even in the Umbra, it is very clearly like just standard like city water piping. Which you managed to unearth because you're coming at it from below the ground.
And I was just like, yep, they're in the water. They're in the water. They're in the water shipment plant, or whatever the fuck it is. Probably how they're spraying the taint.
What do you think? We should patch it up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to hit that place too.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. All right, and Jane will look around and see what effectively can we use to patch this up because it's fucking spirit pipe and I don't suppose you have a spirit fucking welding set.
I'm just gonna grab one of the iron bars off the wall and just wrap it around it.
Is that waterproof?
Fucking metal, man. Fuck it. At this point,
The problem is the seams, like water doesn't need a lot of room to move. You can do it. It just and it may like slightly kill some of the pressure, but there will still be water spurting out around it.
Or you could break the pipe and have lots of water.
Spirit duct tape.
Yeah, exactly. There's not a lot we can do in the fucking Umbra aside from cleanse the ever-loving fuck out of it. But if it's consistently flowing,
I'll give Jane a Wits Enigmas.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Oh, there you go. Chances are you can either there's two ways you can handle this. You can either on the other side just try to find like what Jason's doing, try to find the cutoff for the house. Albeit it won't stop anywhere else it's pumping, but it'll at least keep it from coming here and getting, into the groundwater and affecting people as much as it is in a larger area. You could also try to find some poor, neglected old spider and bring it down here and coax it to fix it, because that's kind of naturally what they do. It would be fairly inclined to want to mend something that was broken. Again, it fixes the leak here. It won't necessarily fix the fact that you've got water coming from the city that's tainted, but it'll at least fix this area of town. Keep the Banes from respawning.
Are these houses abandoned on the other side? Or do people live here?
people
you
are
go.
there.
There you go.
That's why we're doing this in the Umbra.
So there's a good chance this basement's flooded on the other side as well.
Yep.
Brigida does the station. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, so Jane will just think for a minute. I could try and find something to repair it, or leave it and do that.
What if
which I
we
don't
just
think
pull
is
the old
much.
water company maneuver? Just go back over and say that we're from the water company and saw that there is an abnormally large water draw from the house, and you should probably go look and see if there's any leaks anywhere.
6 of us.
You know what?
Not all of us do it. We send whoever's got the
I'll
lowest freak people out ability.
Or what I would say is, if we cutting the water off will work, but end of the day, what we want to do is stop it rather than just block it. So if we block the pipe, it'll cause problems back where they are, and it will stop it spreading past this point.
well, owner's floating right about over there somewhere. Brigida turns and kind of points to a section of the basement.
Block the
So,
pipe. We don't want to be taking risks going in. We don't want to be taking risks in the Tellurian. Block the pipe. It's the reason why we've done this way.
Well, for blocking it, we need something to block it with.
Use the Weaver. I'm sure there's plenty of spiders here that would love to fix something like that. He's, looking around.
So we fixing it or we blocking it? Because so just to clarify, Jane can get it fixed with Weaver Spider. That's what she said. But the better option that she thinks is to block it, because then it stops it going anywhere, which will require us blocking like a city pipe, which is like probably a foot in diameter. Ish.
Yeah, but we're not dealing with a seed pipe in front of us, are we?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
You're looking essentially at the there is like the large city pipes that'll be like probably out like going down the road or something. This is one of the thankfully much smaller ones that is probably meant to pipe to this and maybe one other house, but probably a
Oh,
pipe taking it to this
I
house.
thought it
So
was all right.
it's not one of the gigantic ones, but it is
Alright.
connecting the house to the city supply.
I thought it was a city house, like so we could stop like half the fucking name. No, all right then, fair enough. So yeah, no, Jane will just stop wading through the water, going upstairs to hunt down a spider.
Some poor little spider.
Yeah.
So admittedly, due to the heavy presence of Banes, it takes some work. That, and even on this side you can tell like this place is very dated. Most of the webs are old. Like you find maybe some of the newest stuff is like probably where the microwave is. There's some newer cobwebbing. But like even the television, it is old web that's been setting there collecting dust for a while. Thankfully, it'll probably be the microwave where you finally can find this one really distressed, tucked up in a corner, tiny little pattern spider.
And the first thing she does is like sees it's tucked up and hiding, so it's just all right. Let's start this off strong. And just gives it notice straight away.
It is a mighty first step. Yeah, you coax it out with a bit of gnosis. It crawls out of its little. It's like really tucked up, got its little legs pulled in, and it finally tentatively reaches out, starts exploring. Nothing bad happens. We'll probably end up either adjacent to or on your hand to take the point of gnosis.
Yeah. No, she gives it the notice that's on her hand. It just brings it up to her face a little bit. I've found something that's broken that could be used to be fixed to restore a bit of order.
It's like, have you ever seen like when I guess when any kind of bug does like the little washing motion with its front legs, it starts kind of doing that almost nervously, thoughtfully. Security.
A what?
It just like in a questioning tone. Security.
Security breach. She starts walking as she's like holding it in her hand. It's like, yep, you know what? You're on my hand now. Fight it.
Do something about it. No, I mean it stays on the hand, kind of clinches on a little more, like huh. So you start walking it through, but as you encounter no opposition, it gets a little more comfortable. And on the bright side, the poor little guy's got a lot going on, but you bring him down to the pipe, and it examines for a hot minute, needs a second to determine how it can do it, and begins probably finally like does the little stretchy arms towards the busted up wall and earth around the pipe.
And she just lifts it up.
And once you set it there, it'll begin crawling around. You see a little like laser come out, scans, determines the nature of the breach. And thankfully, while he's a little slow and he's working by his onesies, and that's a lot of water, he will begin very carefully, very slowly, like sealing up the edge here, the edge there, and narrowing down the spray a bit at a time. Probably gets blasted off at least once and has to be placed back over there. It's hard being by yourself when you're a Weaver Spirit. But after getting rocketed off by the fountain of water a time or two, he eventually gets a better swing for it and begins laying out like net after net after net to slowly slow down and eventually cut off the water.
Yeah, once it's done, Anton's like, yep, that's that. And he just seems to be ready to head out, clear out essentially, because eventually those spirals are going to come looking because their main shit is being kind of fucked with. So, yeah, he's going to clear out.
This inquisitive beep from the fucking spider as everyone turns to go, like, wait, no.
Jane will pick him up and see, like, if he wants to come back or if he wants to go back to where he was. Which I don't imagine he does because he's on his own and it's there's shit all over the place.
Yeah, you pick him up and he's like, ah, perfect, and just latches on. Like, I'm coming with you guys. This place is ass.
Yeah. So Spooky Jane now has a spider friend.
With a little glass bulb butt, blinking contentedly. The clue, though, is when Anton says, all right, we're good to go, Brigitte is one of the first ones to get out of that water. Like, nope, I'm good.
Yeah, Wendy is not far behind her.
Yeah, he'd be like, all right, everyone back to the car. Let's get out of here.
Jason heads back to the car with everyone, but he's still kind of in patrol mode. Like, he doesn't have his rifle like fully slung or anything. He's, still kind of got it at the ready and still just kind of keeping an eye out for stuff.
Wendy doesn't shift back out of Krynos again until they get to the car.
Yeah. Everyone with their in patrol mode will note that the fog is like it's dispersed down to a mist and it's fading even more over time. Yeah, between all of the cleansing that's been done and the fact that the source of the taint has been wiped out, it's just kind of dispersing out.
Yeah, once we're in, we're cruise out, essentially, yeah. Puts the kids in the back, him and Jane get in the fucking thing, and gets ready to go.
I assume Bill has his car tucked somewhere.
Bill has his own ways of getting around.
Yeah, as you guys are all piling in, Brigitte will glance back to Bill, and it's just going back to the house.
I got to take care of a couple things first.
The perturbed look that it throws you.
Look, things have been interesting.
Don't give me the horseshit, Bill. Finish your shit and get back to us. And he just closes the door and just drives.
That is the last you see of Bill in this scene, is in his rear view.
Yeah, Brigitte hops in with you guys, gets a ride home. Probably ends up like leaning over, poking Jason's leg where he got like nibbled.
Jason kind of looks at her hand where she's poking, looks back up. What? Not like in the irritated way, but kind of in the, kind of I'm a punk ass kind of a way. Like, what?
Oh, just trying to decide if it pumped you full of venom or something.
Well, there's only one way to get rid of venom if you get bit by something.
Well, I hope you've got a girlfriend then.
He just laughs.
She'll look over like, you've got to be joking.
Wendy gives the squinty eyes to Jason.
Oh, relax. I know the rules.
I was going to say, that doesn't really work, right?
It works on all the movies.
I mean, movies are movies. That is not a good option in a world where we have anti-venom.
I mean, I don't have any anti-venom with me, do you?
Wait, what, Wendy? You don't want a mouthful of worm poison to save your friend?
Come on, Wendy. I thought we were friends.
Yeah, I thought you were packmates, Wendy. Grinning.
Look, if I knew for sure I would pull some of it, or any of it, out, yeah, I'd do that.
Then do it then.
Jason kind of rotates his hips around, opens up the pant leg.
Kicks a leg up on Brigida's lap, like, there you go, Wendy. Brigida's starting to fucking lose it. I'm not gonna lie. She can be immature.
You know what? They've gone this far.
Like the werewolf equivalent of gay chicken. What the hell?
Wendy's gonna make a tourniquet. And
thought you
start
were gonna
trying
talk
to
about his
draw
life.
out any
About
poison.
Jason's got his 1 dot of medicine. He knows what a tourniquet looks like, and as soon as you start going to put that around his inner thigh, he's like, I don't think I need to bother with this anymore.
Suddenly I feel fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
No, when he looks, I'm like, yeah. This long after it happened, if there was any, it would probably already be circulating through your system by now.
Still didn't do it. Is that so? Just keep driving.
I didn't catch that, Torta. What was that?
You still didn't do it.
I'm gonna have to say this point for Wendy though. You chickened out first. I'm looking over at him like, eh.
I'm loyal to my balls, and I don't need her down there messing with them.
Loyal to my mom.
I'm trying not to say what
There's-
I'm going to say.
It's just
Ooh. Yeah, who knows where Wendy's been?
That's a fair point. You're not using your special towel that you brought from Dude's house, right?
look. I already told you, Jason. You don't bring dirty cum towels home with you from a booty call. That's rude.
Wow, I mean, I don't know what your other self-regulating rules are. Some people bring home souvenirs. I don't know.
Clearly not
Yeah,
Locke's word.
souvenirs. That's like a jacket or a hoodie.
Wendy, we don't want to hear about your sex life while you're going to go suck down near Jason's ballsack. It's against the rules, remember?
You're just lucky that,
What would JJ's sisters think, first of all? Then what will Gaia think, more importantly?
yeah. I mean, Gaia would be pissed, and Jeannie would like pull your hair.
Yeah. In fact,
Probably.
get 2 spaces back, Wendy. Social distance.
Just like, there's just like scoot. She's pressed up against the car door now.
Yeah, you just stay over there and stay away from that bulbous area that is Jason's nutsack, and you just be a good girl, Wendy.
Jason does a bit of man spreading.
Is he touching Wendy?
Jason's on the other side. I think Brigida's the meat in the
Brigida's
middle.
in the middle, so he does the man spread, and she like takes a second and like snaps a hand down to slap him on the inside of the thigh just to startle him into pulling his leg back.
Yeah, he sits up straight and pulls his legs back in.
Makes that panic thing that every guy makes when it gets too close. No. The
Brigida,
panic instinctual snarl.
Brigida proceeds to man spread herself. Like, yeah, that's right. My back seat.
Monta's just chilling, driving like, yeah, I get the man spread. Nobody gets to interrupt me.
Jane just in the passenger seat, looking at the rearview mirror, like, you fucking children, Jesus Christ.
Fucking idiots.
Pretty much.
Jane just makes disapproving mom faces. As Brigida proceeds to conquer the back seat, as any fine get would. This is mine now.
Yeah, we return home to Casa del Coro and go celebrate. And by celebrate, we just drink loads of beers and listen to edgy music.
Comes the competition of who can produce the edgiest music.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
So is this a normal for us celebration party where it's not like a techno orgy, right? We're not doing that.
Nah, not taking no orders. Oh yeah, anyway.
Yeah, I think you need more lights for those, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And probably a fog machine.
We can just have new guy stand in the corner and flip the lights on and off.
Yeah, I've had enough fog for a while.
Yeah, me too. Disco ball would
Side-
be cool though.
Besides, Wendy's wandering hands, who knows what would happen? So I prefer to keep all the lights on, please. Especially with JJ, that poor kid. You know, you're not, you know.
Oh, yeah. What would JJ say?
You'd have to marry him, Wendy, and then it would be all kinds of awkward.
Oh. No offense, but no thanks.
Well, what the fuck's wrong with JJ? There's like this sudden turn around, like the car just like hits to a hole. You know, they all just whirl. What the fuck's wrong with JJ? No, you'd be like,
JJ is a solid bro.
yeah, you take that back. But no, he'd be just after ribbing Wendy a couple of times. Just drive home.
And Jason just does it out of opportunity. Like, you know,
I mean, yeah, exactly. You don't marry your bros.
I guess you could marry your bro's bro, though. He kind of grins at her. Like that.
Maybe. But that's like way far in the future. I've got other things I need to do first.
Like take a shower.
Heyo!
After being in that water? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how it just pulls up and gets out. And it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go get a shower now and just doesn't bother with anything else.
How many showers are there in the mansion?
Pretty sure you guys still have one.
Yep. I quote the litany: first goes to higher ranking station, and who goes in the shower first. Like a dick. Even just says it, he's closing the door. Litany. And for Wendy, because he's that much of a dick, he uses all the hot water. Of course he does.
I mean, last time she used all the hot water, so turnabout is fair play.
Oh yeah. Uses all the shampoo. He's that much. Yeah, he's that guy. You know that guy that just leaves all the bottles everywhere. Yeah, he's that guy.
Is he also the guy who goes, "Ooh, what is that? This is nice shampoo. I'm gonna use that instead." Oh God!
Out half the bottle all over himself because he has to watch has to watch every part of his body with the shampoo and the conditioner at the same time.
He's doing a prom shower.
Yeah, comes out, and everything smells like a fucking harem, and then walks by looking at Wendy dead in the eye, like, "Yeah, I used your shampoo." He's walking. Doesn't say it, but she knows. She knows
Yep,
what it is.
because he smells like an apple orchard.
Yeah, he smells goddamn fucking amazing. Even Heidi's like, "Ooh, apples."
All right, you losers. Would you like to do anything else?
No.
Apart from being mean to Wendy, no. Okay.
All right. So we're gonna call it there with your apple shower.